What's your opinion on this whole tariff conversation right now?
I think short term, the Bank of Canada will likely be forced to cut rates. I think that's just the reality of it. But when we retaliate, add 25% to the cost of goods across the board, that's going to be inflationary. And at some point, a lot of economists think that it's likely going to drive interest rates up. Could be in, as the last few years have been, for more of a roller coaster ride. I think at this point there's just so much uncertainty, no one really knows. But I think if you're looking at it short term, the likely impact will be that we will likely see the Bank of Canada be forced to cut rates, maybe a bit more aggressively. But long term, again, as I mentioned, the price of tariffs it's not good. It will be terrible for our economy, and at the same time hurting our labor force, our GDP. It's also going to drive up the cost of goods. I don't think anyone has a crystal ball on how this is going to play out.
However, they need our oil because they only produce light, sweet crude, and our oil is heavy. And in order for their refineries to turn their oil into gas, they need either Canadian oil or Venezuelan oil. And so we, I think, have a much stronger hand than people are really talking about, or that's part of the conversation. Because if we start driving up the price of our oil imports, from everything I've seen in the U.S., the one thing that can wreck a presidency is the price of gas at the pump, and it is something I know that the Republican Trump regime is really going to be thinking about, because that's what is really going to affect Americans' pocketbooks. And as you know,
Mm-hmm.
oil and gas, it just seeps its way throughout the entire economy, and it will be very, very, very inflationary or painful to them.